Hi everyone, Vanessa Hogle here. For those who don't know me, I am a remote viewer, medium. Some people call me psychic, and I am an author, paranormal investigator, and most importantly, a single mother. And I am doing this live feed tonight because I think that there's a topic that we need to discuss greatly. It's alcohol and substance abuse in the paranormal. And I have and for everyone who's watching, y'all, I won't be able to say hi to everybody, but hello now, okay? I love all of y'all. I thought this was important and a very important subject to bring up, and I'll explain why. We see a lot of it. We see a lot of things in the paranormal, things that can be disturbing. You see it all. But the one thing that happens that you don't see, that nobody talks about, is certain things that happen on investigations. Certain things that people do and the way that they conduct themselves and their behavior and the effects that it has on those who depend on them. And unfortunately, me and my team, Threefold Paranormal, know firsthand what this is about. Now, I wanted to state first off that I had every intention, as Julia and Rachel did as well, every intention of staying quiet about this in the hopes that the person involved would seek help. Because that's all we wanted. We wanted this person to seek help. However, when I woke up this morning to the slander about myself, I had no choice but to respond in hopes that maybe this will make this person do what they need to do. Okay, and I want to address that first. The slander against me, as you know, catty and poopy as it was, okay, was from a previous team member. And I'm sure all of y'all know that 4 of us went to Staten Island, but only 3 of us have been a part of Threefold since. And there was a reason for that, a very good reason, a reason I'm going to discuss in great detail here. But what was brought to my attention this morning when I woke up was this person, who is no longer a member of the team, was slandering me because I guess alcohol became involved. Again. Okay? Again. This is the important part. This is what I need y'all to realize. I guess that's why it was done at 2 o'clock in the morning. And for that, I feel sadness. I feel a great deal of sadness for this person because I can't imagine feeling the way somebody might feel that would make them act and behave this way. Okay? Apparently, she went online and was discussing $160 that I had been given back because my credit card had gotten stolen. So it was the money that I had given to her, and she had given it back to me because my credit card had gotten stolen. I had to get my car out of the airport parking. Keep in mind, I'd already spent $600 just to fly there. Okay? This wasn't something that I was doing on anyone else's dime, nor have I ever. And here's the thing, y'all. You know what? I completely forgot about it. Rest assured it'll be rectified. I want to make that known. That will be rectified. I keep my end of the bargain always. But as any of y'all who have had readings from me know, you know I will always tell you, remind me. Remind me. I've got so much on my plate that I do forget things. I forget a lot of stuff, okay? And all it would have taken was a civil message. And that's not what I got. I got slander. And I got slandered by somebody who chooses a bottle over reason. And that is what happened when we were in Staten Island. This is what y'all need to realize. First, I'm going to give you some statistics, okay? This is something that we take very, very seriously. I take this very seriously, and I'm going to explain why in just a moment. But this is from MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. In 2015, got my little note here, 10,265 people died. Every 51 minutes, 290,000 are injured, 57% fatally injured. Guys, this is all from drinking and driving. Every last bit of it. And do you want to know why I take this so seriously? A very, very dear family member. His name was Kenny. An up-and-coming person in the country music industry. Unbelievable voice, amazing soul, amazing person, who was taken from us because of a drunk driver. Taken away too soon. Then we have my mom and my stepdad's friend. Lived right across the street from him. He was such a good man, coming home from his girlfriend's one night in Forsyth, Missouri. He had just gotten back to Hollister. Got ran over by a drunk driver. He was on his motorcycle. The drunk driver was in a Hummer. Dead. He died, y'all. A guy I went to high school with, paralyzed forever from the waist down because somebody was drinking and driving. Now, the reason I take this so seriously, and the reason that those on my team take this so seriously, is because while we were in New Jersey, we realized, sadly, we did not realize it sooner, but while we were at the cemetery in New Jersey, we realized exactly how much alcohol one of our team members had consumed under the guise of going back to the truck to get batteries. And this is what y'all need to know. I want you, anyone who knows anything about alcohol, I want you to understand what I'm saying here. 1/5 of vodka, 1/5 of Jack, all consumed in less than a 3-hour period. The time that we were at the cemetery. Do you know how drunk that makes you? Do you know how hard it is to get the keys away from somebody with that much alcohol in their system? Do you know how much risk was taken with our lives? I'm a mother. I have a 14-year-old son. Julia has 4 sons. Rachel has 2 very young children. And this person thought that it was okay, thought it was totally acceptable to put that much alcohol in their body and expect to drive us. Please understand how absolutely unbelievable that is. Understand that. Understand how difficult it was for us to get the keys from her. Understand what we went through, but also understand this. We chose to forgive. We chose to give another chance. Even after we got back to the hotel that night, and we tried to reason with her. We tried to reason, okay? Even after getting back to the hotel that night, where she grabbed, in turn, another bottle that we did not know she had, and proceeded to go out into the parking lot and drink it in its entirety. This was a bottle of wine. Please understand, we could have come out with this a long time ago, but all we wanted was for her to seek help. And we tried the rest of the trip. We tried. We did everything we could to make her understand that this is not behavior that somebody can do. You can't do this to people. You can't put people's lives in danger. You can't take the chance on making 7 children motherless. Seriously. That could have happened had she have succeeded in driving with that amount of alcohol in her system, and we had been in an accident and killed. Children would be without their mothers today. 7. Let that sink in for a minute. Okay? So we tried the rest of the trip. We did our best. We truly did. I actually have footage of me begging her during this investigation when we figured out what was going on to stop. I told her I have everything to lose, and by that I do not mean a career. I mean, my life. My life. Julia had everything to lose. Her life. Rachel had everything to lose. Her life. Our children had everything to lose. Their mothers. So we begged and begged. And we talked and we did everything that we could. And then as I'm getting halfway home on the plane from New York, I start seeing the videos. I start seeing the drunken rages on Facebook live feed. I'm getting messages left and right from people asking me what is going on. Now keep in mind, y'all, we were there at this investigation in New York about missing children. That's what we were there for. We were there so that we could possibly bring closure and some answers to these families. And yet this is what we're having to deal with. And every ounce of credibility in what we were trying to do, every ounce of credibility could have been lost because someone couldn't put down the bottle. So once we addressed these drunken live feeds showing empty bottles in the hotel room that she didn't even have to have. Julia offered her a place to stay that night. She didn't have to. She didn't have to go anywhere and drink like that. Julia offered her a bedroom to stay that night. But instead she chose to drive about an hour, hour and a half away from Julia's, hit a liquor store and get a hotel room, and it was on from there. That's unacceptable, y'all. I had already dished out over $600 just to get there on this location. I had already done that. And to have somebody have such little regard for the reason that we were there, to have them jeopardize it so that no one would take us seriously when we're talking about missing children? No. Absolutely not. But even then, none of us said a word. None of us. We all made a pact that we would not out her. We wanted her to get help. We begged her to get help. We have not said a word until now. And I will stay silent no longer. I have footage of everything. Everything. I have consent for the footage of everything. I have the envelope it was sent in, the handwriting that was written on it. I have it all. I can disclose as I see fit, and I will. And this is what I'm begging you to do. Please understand that not only does practicing this type of behavior on an investigation subject you to heaven knows what might be out there, paranormally speaking. Not only does it make you more susceptible to any anomaly or demonic entity or ghost or spooky or haunt or whatever it is you want to call it, whatever makes your soul feel right. Not only does it subject you to that, you're also putting everyone that you're supposed to care about at risk. You're basically saying your lives don't matter. My drink matters more. And I will not accept that. I will not accept that. I've lost too many people I care about to a bottle. And I know many, many, many of us out there have done the same. So please, if you listen to absolutely nothing that I am saying to this, if you listen to nothing and believe nothing that I say, believe this. It is not worth it. It is not worth putting everybody you know at risk simply so you can feel good for a couple of hours. Just understand that. It's not worth making kids motherless. It's not worth ending up in prison because you killed somebody. Please stop. Please. Now, Marie Vargas is standing by. She has the footage that I speak of. We have additional footage that actually shows this particular person intoxicated on the investigation. The footage that we're going to show does not show face because she did not believe that she had still had the camera on. It's pointing down. It was taken in New Jersey. You know, there's nothing that says that we can't show it, okay? But I want y'all to hear. I want you to hear me begging. I want you to hear me angry and begging this person to stop doing what they're doing. And I want you to remember that every time you go on an investigation, every time somebody says one drink won't hurt, that won't hurt me. It's okay. I'm okay to drive. I want you to think about that. There was a very real possibility, had this have turned out different, I wouldn't have come home to my son. So that's what I had to say. The tape will be able to be viewed on Entertainment tomorrow. And it is not for any other purpose than for y'all to really understand what we were dealing with. And to understand why it's taking us so long to get this documentary put together. We're simply having to go through so much footage of drunken ramblings. And it's ruined everything. And we're trying our best to put it together. These children that we were going to try and help, they deserve better. Honestly, if I had the money right now, I'd go back to New York and I would do the entire investigation over again. The entire investigation over again. So, again, I thank y'all. I thank you so much for all of your support, for everything that you've done, for listening to this. I hope I hit all the points. I just really wanted y'all to understand this was not done to be vindictive. This was done in hopes that this person will finally get their life together. We wish her no ill will. No ill will. We want her to be safe. We want her to get her life together. I don't care to see anybody hurt this way. But this is my version of an intervention. It's the only way I know how to do it. So I hope you take from that what you will. I hope you use it, for some good and let people know that this is unacceptable behavior. Okay? That's all I have to say. Love you guys so much. You have no idea. I appreciate every last one of you. And just remember, you can't do that to people. Okay? You can't do that to people. And again, just understand, we're not trying to be mean or vindictive. We have physically held on to all of this since July in the hopes that she would receive the help that she needs. That was our goal. And it didn't work. So this is the only thing I know how to do next. So, love you guys. Bye.